or
Recording
money
in
through this.
progress.
I've generated a lot of money just using LinkedIn without paying a single dollar in ads. I've spoken in over 14 events and rejected over 20. I've spoken in some of the best parts of the world, but in Microsoft, at Google, multiple places, at IITs, IIMs, different colleges all over the world. I've spoken in all these places. How many of you fancy to speak in different places? Like you want to go and do speaking gigs? Just drop I want to speak in the chat or me in the chat. So all of these opportunities opened up for me via LinkedIn, right? And next, I've got a ton of job offers. All the people who are here who definitely want to transition into different jobs, just drop a comment job in the chat. I've got opportunities that are inbound. That is people reaching me out via Google, Amazon, Oyo. In fact, the last job that I did before starting up Growth School, which was Klook, was as well. And for all the people who want to do, consulting or freelancing, just drop a comment freelancing or consulting in the chat. I've got a ton of inbounds from LinkedIn, got from some really cool people like Travis J. Mason, Dean Graziosi, Vishen Lakhani, all these. I've got hundreds and hundreds of these, but I'm showing you a few examples. So anyone who is keen to build a personal brand, generate leads from LinkedIn, or transition into job, this workshop is going to be insane for you guys. Are you guys ready for this? Drop a comment. Let's go in the chat if you guys are ready. The reason why I showed all of this is to show you the potential of what can happen. And top of that, I'm trying to tell you the fact that, boss, I'm credible. I know my stuff. And I'm going to teach you everything that I know. But before we get started, right? Quick disclaimer. Here's the thing. A lot of the landscape is changing very, very rapidly because there's a mix of LinkedIn and AI in this workshop. How many of you guys are excited about the AI part of this workshop? Drop a me in the chat. So a lot of things that I'm going to teach you that's going to change over the course of time because it's changing so rapidly. The idea here is for you guys to stay top of the game, learn everything that is possible that you're learning in this workshop, and go out there and research, right? So that's the way to go. It's impossible to go all around. Next, I will try to cover as much as I can over the course of 120 minutes, but it's impossible to cover the whole world of LinkedIn because there is so much. And of course, there's AI on top of that as well. There is so much that it's impossible to cover, but I will make sure I'll give my best to cover as much as I can. Three, everything that I teach you, the tools, the prompts, and everything around it, I'm going to share those links with you towards the end of the workshop. So you don't have to ask me all throughout. I will not be sharing any links while the workshop is happening. My team will email you all of those links after the workshop is over. So don't worry about it. Absolutely. Okay. And the fourth one is recording to the session won't be provided. There will be no recording to the session unless a few of you people have paid for the recordings. If you have paid for it, for people who haven't paid, there will be no recordings that will be provided for most of you people. But let me tell you one thing, it is more fun to attend this live, right? Attend this in make sure you are there. There are so many people learning with you, and this is going to be fun. So be there together and learn it right now rather than hoping that you'll get a recording, right? I hope this is all clear. And in fact, if somebody asks in the chat while the conversation is happening saying, hey, can I get access to this link or can I get recording to the session, I want one of you people to respond to that person saying, you know what, there will be no recordings provided. And if someone is asking for the link of the tool or the name of the tool or anything like that, you can also tell them you'll get all the links towards the end so that it makes my life easy and I can focus on teaching. Are we clear? Drop a comment clear in the chat. And of course, rule of thumb, there are too many people here, so I don't want ruckus. And two is just be nice to people so that we can go on learning, right? Superb. And I also want to be super duper frank with all of you people. Like I said, it's impossible to cover. What we are going to cover in this workshop is going to be tip of the iceberg. That is everything that we can potentially cover during the course of time. We will try to cover. I know a lot of you people have paid about $1,000 to join this workshop. I'll make sure you're getting 5 times worth of that, 10 times worth of that money. Don't worry about it. There's a massive world beyond this, which like you can see, and we also have a specific program for that. But I'm going to talk about it towards the end if you guys are interested about the other program. But right now, the focus will be to get you guys 10x value over the course of next 120 minutes. Here's my promise, right? By end of the workshop today, You will be 10x better with AI, with 10 plus things that you don't know about LinkedIn or AI, saving you hours and hours of time. And not just that, you're going to learn a ton of tools that will change the way you use LinkedIn and AI forever. Okay. With that being said, let's get started. So for you to kick in and do incredible job on LinkedIn, the most important aspect that is that you have to do is organize into 5 steps, optimize the whole process of dominating LinkedIn in a 5-step blueprint. And that is this. We start with finding objective and target audience, and then we optimize our LinkedIn profile. Then we learn the way of connecting using the connection loop, and then we play the outbound game on how you can reach out to people in the right way on LinkedIn. And finally, I'll teach you the magic of content. The best part about the whole of this, all of this information is that you're going to learn every part of it by leveraging the power of AI. In a way, by the end of this workshop, you don't only understand the power of LinkedIn, but also how you can leverage AI to do a lot of these things better. So drop a comment AI in the chat if you guys are excited about it. The world is rapidly changing and AI is going to change everything that we do. That's exactly why we updated this workshop with a lot of AI stuff. And you guys are first few people to get access to this. All right. So start with, let's talk about the objective. Guys, focus here. There's a lot coming your way. Like I said, no need to get paranoid. Try to focus here. You will learn a lot. Let's talk about objective. Now, what the hell is objective? Objective is essentially what you want to achieve from LinkedIn. As a user, what are you trying to achieve from LinkedIn? Here are some of the top objectives that I can think about. One, either you're trying to build a personal brand. Two, either you're trying to generate leads from LinkedIn. Three, you're looking for a job using LinkedIn, or there will be few of you people who will saying all. So what is the reason? What are you trying to achieve from LinkedIn? Let me know in the chat. Personal brand, lead generation, switch to a job, or all. Quickly, guys, I want the energy that I get is from the comments because I can't see you guys. So make sure you are very, very fast when it comes to answering my questions. This way, I know there are humans on the other side. I'm not talking to myself. Amazing. Looks like a lot of people want to achieve everything, right? Guys, one more request, no sharing of links in the chat. Please, if you happen to do that, we might have to kick you out of the call, which I don't want to do it. I don't want anyone to get diverted. So no links in the chat. Superb. Got your answer. Everybody wants to do everything. So let's take an example on how do we design our objective, right? So to understand using your objective, you'll figure out your target audience. Now, what is target audience? Target audience is nothing but what kind of people do you want to engage on LinkedIn or connect with LinkedIn? Who are the people who could help you achieve your objective? That is what target audience is. So to understand who your target audience, if you're trying to build a personal brand and lead generation, and according to me, if you're trying to optimize for this, automatically you can crack jobs as well, right? To understand who your target audience is for building a personal brand or lead generation, you basically have to answer 3 questions. And those 3 questions are, who do you help? What do you do to help them achieve? And how do you do that? These are the 3 questions that you have to help, that you have to get answers to. Who do you help? What do you help them achieve? And how do you do that? Let me show you some examples. You'll get a much better picture. When you club all these 3 answers, you will get one line statement, which is your mission statement on LinkedIn. This is magical, guys. Let me show you some example. Now, who do you help? I help, uh, who do you help? I help businesses generate more revenue by taking them online. You can see who do you help? What do you help them achieve? And how do you do that? I help businesses. That is who do you help? What do I do? Generate more revenue. And how do I do that? By taking them online. In the same way, I help founders raise money by helping them build kick-ass pitch decks. The same way, I help game developers to get more installs on their games using ASO. Try to answer these 3 questions for me in the chat right now and put together a line for what works for you. Why are you on LinkedIn? You can see more examples. I help single moms generate passive income by teaching them embroidery online. If you put these 3 questions together, guys, I want you guys to post a statement like this. I help X generate or do Y by doing Z. That's the kind. There you go. I've started to see answers. I help businesses generate more revenue. There you go for it. Put your answers in the chat. Of course, I'm not going to wait for everybody to do it, but I like the reason why I'm asking a few people to do it is this shows the clarity that you have on 3 questions. things that you want to achieve. Love it. Bring it on, folks. Bring it on. Amazing. Amazing. And for all the people, while these answers are coming, for all the people who are trying to, who are students, who are trying to get a job or something, try to focus on this, right? Try to focus on this statement yourself as well. It will really help you to crack jobs. If you're able to build a decent personal brand, jobs will happen automatically. Superb. You guys will get the time to do it later as well. But, make a note of these 3 questions. Make sure they are in there. All right. As the answers are keep coming. Now, here are the things, right? You can do a lot more when it comes to finding your objective and target audience. What are those? You can analyze skills and interests based on your profile, past experience, content you engage, give you great clarity for professional focus. By analyzing current trends and discussions, AI can help you to align your skills and interests based on potential objectives. And on top of that, you should build a strong persona as well. I cannot cover all of this. This is something that we cover in the main program, the long program as well, but I quickly wanted to touch base on that. By the way, I have a bunch. Okay, guys, focus back. You guys can do it later as well. So please focus back. I'm going to turn off the chat right now. Right. I have got some awesome bonuses for you as well. How many of you guys want a $50 ad coupon which you can apply on LinkedIn and run ads for free up to $50, a LinkedIn growth checklist and a bunch of invitation scripts, and also a LinkedIn lead gen blueprint? How many of you want it? Just drop me in the chat. You can claim all of them by going to this link. But when you land on that link, right, it will ask you for a password. When you go on that link that is mentioned here, it will ask you for a password. Only if you enter the password, you will get access to that link. How many of you guys want the password now? How many of you guys want the password now? Yeah. So here's the thing, right? To make sure you're paying attention throughout, I will give you the password 1 digit at a time. That is, over the course of the next 2 hours, I will launch 1 digit at a time, and you have to be attentive all throughout, so that you guys will get the full password. As a result, you can unlock it. The reason why I do this is because I want your full focus here. I don't want you people to be on this session and watching Netflix, watching a football game or anything like that. Focus, right? So there you go. Awesome. Are you guys clear about it? Do you think this is smart? Drop a comment smart in the chat. Don't worry, we will also share the link towards the end. I will also share the link towards the end and also the password. And a few people are like, Vaibhav, can you go a little fast? Can you go a little slow? Let me be very frank. There is so much to be covered. If I go slow, we'll spend all day here, right? That's exactly why I'm being at a pace. So I want your full attention to be here. All right. Sounds fair? Superb. All right. So password digit number 1. Password digit number 1 is 2. Password digit number 1 is 2. Folks, also recommend everybody who is on your mobile phone to switch to desktop. You will not be able to see a lot of things that will be shared. Okay, moving on. I hope you guys have made a note. Don't let anybody, don't give this password in the chat going forward. Now, moving on to the next module. That is, once you have understood what you're trying to achieve from LinkedIn and you build your mission statement, it's time for you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Now you'll be like, what the hell is profile optimization, Vaibhav? Now this is what profile optimization is, right? Basically, profile optimization is nothing but, let's say if you are on LinkedIn and you are a marketer, okay? When someone is searching for, let's say, marketing manager, because they're looking for a marketing manager, and let's say they select the location that you are in, they select people. Obviously, this is how people search on LinkedIn. And let's say you want to, you're a marketing manager in San Francisco, right? Let's say, making up stuff here, right? When somebody searches for marketing manager in San Francisco, and if you are a marketing manager in San Francisco, if you're not found on the first page of LinkedIn search, what's the whole point of having LinkedIn, right? When someone searches for a profile like yours on LinkedIn search, your profile should be found. And the profile optimization method is something that will help you to get found on LinkedIn search. And that's what we're going to do. Now, like I said, what all can it do for you? What happens when you start ranking for ranking your profile on LinkedIn search? Well, this is what happens. You get a lot of reach, you get a lot of profile visits as well. Now, how can you check for profile visits? On your profile, you can actually go in, right? And you can see how many profile visits you have. If I click on this on your LinkedIn profile, you will be able to see the number of profile visits I have and who are the people who are searching for me as well. So these data kind of go up. But why is that even important? Because as more people land on your LinkedIn profile, they can see links like this. You can see all the links. This is called as a featured section. A lot of people can see these links, and anybody can tap on any of these links and buy your products, or like whatever you want to do. You can send them to different places, just like a website, using your LinkedIn by featuring links here. And that's why getting found on LinkedIn search is very important. And when we get found right here, you actually make a lot of money. For example, I actually made about 145 purchases using the links that I just showed you here. Using these links here, 145 people purchased a program which is worth $1,300 just from LinkedIn. That's the power of you getting found on LinkedIn. In fact, in the last 3 months, this LinkedIn workshop was purchased by 725 people using these links. You can see this using these links. And how are they purchasing it? Because when they're searching for something relevant, my profile shows up. And that helps you to get a lot of revenue. And you can do a lot of things on these places as well, which we are going to talk about. So do you want to learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so that you're found on LinkedIn search? Yes, in the chat. Now, I have a question for you, right? How do you want to learn this process? In a manual way or using artificial intelligence? In a manual way or using artificial intelligence? Let me know in the chat. Before this, I used to teach people using the manual way. All right, we don't have time for both. We don't have time for both. All right, looks like AI is winning hands down. So let's go ahead and do it using AI, right? So as you want to optimize your profile, there are three aspects that you want to optimize your profile for. That is, one, you have to optimize so that your profile is searchable. You have to optimize your profile in a way that people will click on your profile when they're found, then when they find you on LinkedIn search. And finally, you should be approachable. What do I mean by that? The optimization process essentially is, for this example, right? When I search for the keyword marketing manager here, you could see it, right? A bunch of people were found. That means this is the first step, that is your profile is searchable. And how do you do that? You do that by including the keyword that you want to rank for inside your LinkedIn profile. So let's open one of these profiles to see what I mean by that. When I search for marketing manager here, right? Why was this profile found on LinkedIn? Let's see. Right? As I open the profile, you see in the title, there is clearly mention of marketing manager. And I selected the location as San Francisco. And this person has set up the location as San Francisco for on the profile. That's exactly why they are being found here. Where else is there a mention? You can see in the experience also, there is marketing manager mentioned very, very clearly. So there are few places where this person has mentioned marketing manager multiple times. As a result, LinkedIn thought that this person is best suited to be a marketing manager. Well, we can do an even better job, and I'm going to show you how we can do that as well. But that is how you can make it searchable. Next step is clickable. Let's say you are looking for a marketing manager, and here something else is written. I'm looking for marketing manager. Here it says software development. Will anyone click on it? Absolutely not. So that is very important. So having the title updated properly is very, very critical. Two, would you ever click on this? There is no image of this person. This gives me a perspective that this person is probably not active on LinkedIn. So I will never click on this profile. A good profile picture is actually very critical. For example, Ziayu has a great profile picture. It's a face. It's not very casual. It's not very professional. It's in the midway. Shri also has a very good profile. Michael has a good profile. Kevin also has a good profile picture. Having a great profile picture plays a very, very critical role for your profile to be clicked, because even if you get found on this, there are 10 people will be found. What will make people click on your profile is very, very critical. And as after you click on a profile, approachability is essentially, if you haven't had a lot of information in here, you haven't updated a lot of information, that basically again gives a feeling that maybe this user is not very active on LinkedIn, and that reduces someone to actually reach you out. Right? So these are the three things that we have to do. That is, we have to optimize our profile to be searchable. We have to optimize our profile in a way that people will click on our profile, which makes it clickable. And finally, approachable. Now, like I said, there are two ways of doing it. The manual way of doing it is basically, hey, you know what? I'm gonna look at all the profiles and start optimizing my profile on the keyword based on that. So what do I mean by that is the process that I follow to optimize my profile is something called as reverse engineering. What do I mean by that? Let's say I want to rank for this keyword marketing manager, right, at San Francisco. How do I go about it? I basically, the way I go about it is basically I search for the keyword. In this case, I search for marketing manager. I selected San Francisco Bay Area, just like here, and I got a bunch of profiles. So what I usually do, the manual way of going about it, is I open all these profiles in new chat. At least I do this for at least 20 profiles, but I'm going to show you for 3 or 4 profiles. Once I open these profiles, I start looking for what are the things that this person is doing because of which the person is ranking. Like I said, I could see that Rebecca is ranking because she has marketing manager here, and she is from San Francisco, California, and her experience also, she has put marketing manager a couple of times. In the same way, I'll go on to the next profile. I see Sai again has marketing manager here. Anything else? I can also see that Sai has updated a nice little description where he has mentioned about he being a marketing manager again. And again, you can see Sai has also updated things here, right? And finally, Michael Rhino is also ranking for marketing manager, but he's a senior digital marketing manager. And again, you can see. So essentially, the job here is to look at 15, 20 profiles and see what they're doing. Based on that, make changes on your profile so that your profile starts ranking, right? This is how we used to do it manually. But like I told, I don't like manual things. So I figured out a way to do this using AI so that I don't have to do all this research. AI will figure it out and will give me insights. And based on that, I can make changes, right? And for that, we use a very, very cool tool called as Resume Worded. I will share the link towards the end so you don't have to worry about it. It is a free tool. Most of the tools that I'll be sharing will be free tool. And this tool has something called as LinkedIn Review. Now, what do I have to do is simple. For me to understand what are these people doing well, I can open, I repeat this process for at least 15 to 20 profiles, guys. I'm going to show you for 1 or 2 right now, right? I open all the people who are ranking for the keyword that I want to rank on new tabs. Click on this more button. Let's do this for Sri. Click on this more button. And there is an option that you see called as save to PDF. This is a feature that LinkedIn provides you. We are not hacking or anything per se, right? Once I click on save to PDF, the profile will get downloaded. You can see the profile of Shri has got downloaded. Now, all I have to do is go to this tool, the profile that I've downloaded, the PDF, I just have to drag and drop here. Now, this is an AI tool, like I mentioned, right? There's a very cool AI tool which will start analyzing our profile. Give me a second. Looks like it got logged out. I'm going to try it once again. All right. I'm going to just drag and drop the profile that I just downloaded from LinkedIn from Shri's account. And you can see I've updated it and it has started the process. It started its magic. It is parsing the profile, identifying the headlines. Basically, it's a tool which knows how to optimize a profile. So instead of you breaking your head on what is this person doing right, what is this person doing wrong, the tool is doing the heavy lifting for you. And it uses artificial intelligence to do this. And bang, look at this. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is cool. So this AI has ranked Shri's profile as 56 out of 100. And it doesn't stop there. It is giving us an overall breakdown of everything as well. It says the headline is 5 out of 10. Summary is 6 out of 10. Experience is 4 out of 10. Education is 10 out of 10. And other is 10 out of 10 as well. Right? Now, what more can we do? I want to know why is the headline 5 out of 10. I can just click on this and you can see it is telling Shri, how can Shri improve this? It is giving literally the guidelines. Your headline is too generic, can be improved. Review your feedback example below. Add the keywords to improve score. It is important to check. And you can also see this headline length is long, but it has not been using redundant words, good to use of hard skills and everything around it. In the same way, I can check why is the summary 6 out of 10 and how can Shri make it 10 out of 10. In the same way, I can go with everything. And based on this, I'm getting AI to do the hard work for me. Now I'm learning what are these profiles doing well. And more importantly, I'm also learning what are these profiles not doing well. and I can implement all of that on my profile. Let's say you want to do this for different profile. Let's say, let's do this for Michael right now. So I'm going to click on more. I'm going to click on save to PDF. There you go. I've downloaded Michael's profile. I go back to this tool. There's something called as Rescore LinkedIn here. I'm going to click on this button. Now, this time I'm going to upload Michael's profile just like I did for Shri. This is the same process that I will follow for at least 15 to 20 profiles and make notes. What are these 10 people on the top doing well? And what are the things that they're not doing well so that I can implement all of them on the go? You cannot do it for multiple profiles at once. You have to do it one after another. And once you have seen, analyzed all these profiles, right, it's time for you to optimize your profile. And once you have optimized your own profile, you can do the same thing for your profile as well. Go to your own LinkedIn, click on more, click on save to PDF, right? And then what do? Go back to resume worded here, rescore on LinkedIn, upload your own profile. And looks like I've reached the limit because you get to do 2 reviews right now. But again, right, you get the point. Once you do this, you will be able to check if your profile is working well or not, and try to get to up to a score of 95. That is very, very important to get to a score of 95. Once you get to 95, there is no stopping. And let me tell you one thing, a lot of my students have got to the score of 95. Of course, guys, the free account has some limits. So you have to, play around the limits, obviously. But if you think it is very cool, you can, of course, take an upgrade, and you can also share it with your friends and things like that, right? But this is how we leverage AI to optimize our profile instead of doing it manually. How cool do you think this was from a scale of 1 to 10? Instead of doing all this hard work all by ourselves, we just used AI to automate the whole thing. How cool is this? And guess, let me tell you one thing, we are just getting started. Guys, the password digit number 2 is also 2. The password digit number 2 is also 2. Someone is saying, Vaibhav, your profile score is low. That is because I don't care anymore, right? I've gone beyond optimization. So I don't really try to optimize anymore. Superb. Next part is, there will be no recordings provided, guys, by the way. If you've joined late, you bear the consequences, right? Next part is, how do you conversion optimize your profile? Now, based on doing all of this, I told you that you will start ranking on LinkedIn, and that's what we did. Now, conversion optimization is also very, very critical. That is, I really recommend you to leverage this real estate, everyone. I told you there is something called as the featured section where you can upload your own links. What kind of links can you upload? If you want to sell something or you have your own product, you can book a buy now, book now, sign up now, like I do, because I have all my programs mentioned here. You can see these are all the featured links. And for you to add, you can simply click on this add button and add a post, add a newsletter, add an article, add a link, anything that you want. I've added only the links here. Or 2, if you're looking for a job, right, you can upload your resume as a PDF. You can add, if you have a company and you want to generate leads, you can add testimonials, case studies. If you want to get a lot of traffic, you can add your blog articles, or you can add your post of LinkedIn and everything around it. Massive real estate, really, really powerful. So make sure you don't miss out on this. All right. So what can you do? There are a lot of, like, I wish I could spend like 2 more hours talking about profile optimization, but there is so much you can do with profile optimization on LinkedIn. You can make your LinkedIn into a personal website. Like, as you optimize this profile properly, the whole LinkedIn will act like a landing page, and you can optimize in that same way. You can also check, identify keywords that has the highest demand using some AI tools so that you are able to optimize your profile in the right way. 3, you can get unlimited endorsements, unlimited recommendations. You can see these are what endorsements are. You can see I have 99 plus, 99 plus on everything. You can get a lot of endorsements, and actually you can do that at scale without even asking for people. Again, these are a little advanced stuff that I tend not to cover here, but we're going to talk about it towards the end. Right now, with that being said, I've been speaking for the last 30 minutes. Can I take 3 to 4 minutes to quickly introduce myself? If it's cool, drop a comment cool in the chat. I will just take 3 to 4 minutes to introduce myself. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. This is who I am. My name is Vaibhav Sisinity. I hope you know that by now. For people who don't want the introduction, you can quickly take a 2-minute break and come back. Maybe a washroom break, anything that you need, you can take that right now. This is who I am. I'm Vaibhav Sisinity. I'm a father to this beautiful girl. Her name is Phoebe. Any Friends fan here? Her name is based on Phoebe Buffet, who is a character in Friends, who is my favorite character. So I basically, yes, smelly cat, yes. So I basically named her on that. She's also my chief cuddling partner. I know it's Phoebe, but to make it cool, I made it Feebee, right? I started up when I was 19 years old. I launched a startup called as Discovering Android on 11 You see this black shirt, skinny guy? That is me here. My first startup, like I said, I was 19 years old. This was the team there. I won awards as well, which is Crazy Heads. This was for my second startup where I became the fast emerging digital media startup of the year. She's actually an actress. I don't remember her name, where we got an award back in 2014. Right. And then post that, I actually ended up joining Uber. I joined Uber back in 2015. Can anybody guess who this person is in the picture? I basically helped Uber launch new markets in India and scale to hundreds of millions of trips. Yes, you're right. This person is Travis Kalanick, who is the founder of Uber. And this was a picture taken in Las Vegas. They flew us down to, Las Vegas for a party. Can you believe that? And that's what Uber back in the day. I also have given a Josh talk, actually, three of them right now. You can search for my name on YouTube. You'll find all of them. I've consulted with over 100 brands. And recently, I started a startup called as Growth School. Welcome there, right? And we raised around $5 million in 2022 as well to build Growth School to what it is. And I welcome all of you guys to this community. Well, that's me. That's pretty much me. Let me tell you a quick head down as well, right? I've never been a great student. I've always been like a backbencher, barely tried to pass my exam and barely used to pass exam. I studied in something called as ICSE. And I don't know how many of you studied ICSE. It is basically like, how do I put it? They teach Julius Caesar in the name of English, right? It's madness. And I also come from this small town in India called as Barampur, Orissa. Like I speak three different languages, Oriya, Hindi, English, and Telugu, actually four different languages. So all the folks who can speak Oriya here, all the Telugu folks here, ఎలా ఉన్నారు మీరు అందరూ హిందీతో बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से आता है, so no problem there. And like you can see, I can speak English as well. So that is basically me. And the reason why I do a quick intro is because I truly believe that you don't have to be like a topper. I didn't study in fancy schools, fancy colleges. I studied in a small college in called as Geetam University in Vishakhapatnam. No IIT, no IIM, still managed to start a startup and raise money. So you can do it as well. Your grades and marks don't really matter much. Right. With that being said, I hope this helps a couple of people. I'm not married, I'm single. Don't ask me for my age right now. But let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. By the way, I have something very, very cool to share with all of you people. Right. The first thing is called as a LinkedIn playbook. This is what the LinkedIn playbook is. It's a big PDF with everything that you learn over the course of the session and more, all put into this document. Right. You will get access. And later, when you don't have access to the content, right, you can just go to this document and it will give you a very good perspective of everything that you learn over the course of this workshop. It's very, very cool. It's like, cheat sheet or hand notes, right? Next is 100 invitation scripts. How many of you struggle to come up with great invitation scripts? Drop a me in the chat. It's called as Connect Ninja. Here, there are over 100 invitation scripts that you can use. Just copy, paste, change your name and send it around, right? Very, very powerful, very well optimized. I could say that it's better than a lot of AI stuff because these are well tested and tried, right? So that is one more thing that I want to quickly show you. Next is I have a content hacking checklist as well. Now, as we get into content towards the end of this session, I created this content hacking checklist, which you guys will get access to. With some conditions. I'll talk about it very, very soon. Basically, it has everything. You basically select the options based on how you select. When we come to content, I'll tell you, and you eventually get a score. If the score is over 100, your content, or over 70, your content will do well. If it's less than 70, it needs more optimization. And finally, I have a bunch of prompts that you can copy and paste to use to get a lot of ideas using ChatGPT as well. That is basically the prompt bundle right here. How many of you guys want access to all of this? I didn't commit to give you any of this, obviously. How many of you guys want access to all of this for free? For free. All right. You know what? I will give all of you guys access to this for free without charging a single dollar. But I want you guys to do something in return for me. What is that? I want you guys to take 10 minutes out after the workshop is over. Go out there on LinkedIn, share your experience on how this workshop was. If you liked it, you can say you liked it. If you hated it, you can say you hated it. It doesn't matter. It has to be fair feedback. And in the links, make sure you share the LinkedIn workshop link. And then once you have made this post, my team will email you a Google form where you can share the link of the post that you created. You'll get this as an email towards the end of the workshop. Once you fill the details, after the workshop is over, you guys will get access to all these resources. So essentially, if you want access to all these resources for free, all you have to do is make a post on your LinkedIn and talk about your experience, fair and frank experience. That's all I expect from you guys. This will really help us to reach out to more people. And in return, we give you free resources. Sounds fair? Sounds fair? Drop a comment fair in the chat if you think it sounds fair. That's it. That's all. Awesome. 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 All right, guys, let's move on. Let's move on right now. Thank you, folks. We will share all the links towards the end of the workshop, so don't worry about it. You'll get an email and also on your WhatsApp group, so don't worry about it at all. Okay, moving on. The next element, which I'm very, very excited. Guys, we are slowly getting into the serious stuff right now. You can see we started with optimization. Then we went on to optimize our profile. We understood what our objective and target audience is. From here, things get more serious and more AI driven. By the way, the best things are kept towards the end. So make sure you stay till the end and don't run away, because the best of AI things are coming towards the end. It's going to blow your minds. All right. Next is connection loop. Now that you have optimized your profile, you should connect with people on LinkedIn, and that's how you will grow on LinkedIn, right? What is the right way of connecting with people is what I'm going to show. The next digit for the password is 3. Make a note. The next password digit here is 3. I hope you guys have made note of this. For people who are joining in late, you should have joined in early, right? You don't know what I'm talking about, but listen to this content first. Maybe towards the end, I'll give you an opportunity. So stay till the end. Awesome. How do you connect with your right audience? How do you connect with people that matters the most for you is what we are going to learn here. Obviously, there are 3 ways to finding your audience on LinkedIn. One is that you can use your LinkedIn search to find audiences. No problem. You know how to do it. Next is that you can use something called a sales navigator, which is a much more advanced tool to connect with people and find people. It's a paid way of doing it. And there's a very hacky way of doing it, which is called as OPN, or other people network. I'm going to touch base on everything very, very fast. So number one, let's say first way of finding people on LinkedIn. Let's say I'm looking to connect with people who are founders, okay, in San Francisco, so that I can convince them to, maybe give a consulting job. Let's say you are someone who's running a company, or you are a freelancer, or you're looking for a job, anything for that matter, and you want to connect with founders in San Francisco, let's say to sell your digital marketing services. How do you find people? This is how you do it. You search for founder here, obviously. Right? Once you do that, you select people. And then you set the location as San Francisco, Bay Area. There you go. And you click on show results. You'll see you find a bunch of people, that is 2.4 lakh people who are founders in San Francisco. Now, there are more filters that most of the people don't know. When you click on this all filters button, right, something magic opens up. You can not only select location, you can also select people based on what they talk, which is the current company that they're working for, which is a past company that they were working for, which school or college that they study in, and also the industry. I think industry is very, very important for me, because I want to work with people who have internet businesses, or who have businesses which are run on the internet. So technology, information, and internet is an option that I will select. That's the industry I want to work with. And people who can speak in English, and a bunch of more options that you can see here. Right? You can make all these filters, click on show results, and you can see from 2.5 lakhs, we came down to 75,000 people. So there are 75,000 founders in San Francisco Bay Area who are running internet companies. And now you can connect with any of them by simply opening their profiles, right? Once you open the profiles, you can see the profile and you can connect away right away, right? This is the first way of connecting with people. The second way of connecting with people is with something called a sales navigator. I don't intend to cover here because it's a paid version of the tool. We're gonna touch base on it in the longer programs. We don't have time for it, but sales navigator is also a very, very powerful way of connecting with people. And the reason is sales navigator gives you more options. What kind of options they give you, I'll tell you very, very soon, right? But these are two ways that you can connect with people. And finally, I spoke about something called as OPN here, right? Which is other people network. Now, what the hell is other people network? This is a smart way. Hear me out. Don't forget, don't miss out. Hear me out. Let's say you have some competitors here on LinkedIn. Okay. And those competitors you already know are connected with a lot of people. Now, OPN basically means other people network. That is, how can you steal audiences of other people that you think are relevant to you as well? Let's say I'm a marketer slash founder. I want to connect with as many other founders as possible. Now I'm like, who are the people who are connected or engaged with the content of other founders? Let's say Kunal Shah is a great founder, right? Who's the founder of Cred. I can open Kunal Shah's profile. Okay. Look at this. It's very, very smart, right? Once you open Kunal Shah, he has 1 million followers. And usually if someone is following Kunal, that basically means they are founders or my right TG as well. So I can click on see all posts. And once I go there, right, you can see 8,241 people have liked this content and 267 people have commented. So these are great people that I could connect with. And I can just simply tap on this because they're all part of my TG. I can skim through it and I can see they're part of my TG. I can simply open their profiles and start connecting with them right away. How cool is this? So I'm literally stealing the best audience of Kunal Shah. Those people who actually are active on LinkedIn, are engaging with the content of Kunal, who the kind of content that Kunal creates, I also try to create. So I think these guys are great fit for my audience. So I'm able to go out and steal other people's audiences. And this is something called as OPN or other people network. If you think OPN was cool, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this, but have you ever thought like this is what is important. If you think OPN was cool, drop a comment OPN in the chat, OPN in the chat. Right? So find people who are falling into your facet of things, go and steal their audience. Awesome, 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 awesome. Loving the energy. Keep it on. Now, once you have found the profiles, guys, we'll take the questions towards the end. So stay back. I want to cover all of it. There's a lot that is coming your way. Once everything is done, we'll take the questions towards the end. Okay. Now, once you have found the audience, it's time for you to connect with them. So let's learn how to connect in the right way. What do I mean by that? This is what a lot of people do, right? They open a profile that they want to connect with, let's say through this. You can see that I'm finding a lot of people here. Let's say I want to connect with this gentleman. Okay. I want to connect with this gentleman. A lot of people, they open the profile and they do what? Sorry, with this lady. They click on more and or they click on this and they click on connect and send without note, right? What I strongly recommend you to do is to add a note. You should definitely add a note when you're sending an invitation. The reason is very simple. Let me show you what is the reason. So these are the connection requests that I have. I have pending 7,000 connection requests, right? And you see, nobody has put a note here. There are few people who have put a note, which I can quickly open and see what they have written. So when you add a note, right, you can see this, hey, Vaibhav, I'm part of your LinkedIn course, would like to be part of your network. So when you put a note, I'm getting context of who you are and why you're trying to connect with me. And also it helps you stand out from the rest of the invitations that were sent to that person. So definitely recommend you to add a custom note that will increase your chance of connecting with people by at least 5 times more. So always add a connection note while sending an invite. It increases your chances. And number 2, very, very important, don't send more than 50 invitations per day. If you have a paid account, if you have a free account, start even lower. So the way you go about it is start with 5 connections a day. Slowly increase it to 10, slowly increase to 15, slowly increase to 20. There is a cap of number of connections you can send. Actually, if you are on mobile phone, you can send, I think, up to 300, 100 per day. And if you're on desktop, it's slightly lower. You can do up to 150 or 200 a week, right? The limit varies based on the profile you are. This is for free accounts. So Don't like send like thousands of connection requests at once, you'll get banned, right? So be slow. Now, you might be like, Vaibhav, what to add in the custom note? Obviously, what to add in the custom note is essentially why are you connecting with that person, and show them that you're invested in that person, right? So that is a great message that you can put in the note to connect with people. Now, obviously, right, you can do it and write it yourself, or you can get AI to write a custom note for you. And for that, you have to install a Chrome extension. It's called as NVAI. I'm going to share links of all of this towards the end. You don't have to worry. It is completely free of cost. You can add it as a Chrome extension. I've already added as a Chrome extension. And once you do add it as a Chrome extension, what happens is, let me quickly open the profile. Let's say I want to connect with Kishan, who is the founder of text.com. Now, when I click on connect and I click on add a note, you can see instead of typing, there's an option. There's a little violet color button that I see here. When I tap on that, it shows me a bunch of options. What is the goal of connecting with this person? I will say expanding network. You can select any option that you want. You can say collaborating opportunities, whatever that is. How do you want the tone to be? I like it conversational. And you can also create a persona. Once you have selected all this, if I click on generate, what this tool will do is it will go through Kishan's profile quickly, and based on that information and based on what you're trying to achieve, it will write me a nice little note right here. In the same way, I can change it to however I want it to be. Whatever, let's say you're looking for a job inquiry, whatever, I can click on regenerate, and it will give me a custom message. Look at this. It is giving me custom message, which I can copy and paste here and then click on invitation, right? So you can do this very, very nicely and get AI to actually generate your custom note just like that, right? I told you about LinkedIn search. This is one thing that I want to show about Sales Navigator. The number of features that you have on Sales Navigator is actually insane, right? That's what sets you aside on Sales Navigator. And one other advantage of LinkedIn Sales Navigator is that you can also exclude people, not just include people. We're going to talk about it very, very soon, right? Now, password digit number 4 is 5. Password digit number 4 is 5. All right, all right, all right. Moving on. Now, let's get into some hacks. Now we have learned some basic stuff. Let's get into hacks. Are you guys ready for some hacks? Drop a hell yeah in the chat. Drop a hell yeah in the chat. All right, I'm just making sure everybody's still with me and I've not passed out because the fun stuff starts right now. Awesome. So guys, do you guys want to learn a hack to increase your message reply rate? How many of you guys are happy with the number of replies that you get to your messages? Happy, not happy in the chat. Happy, not happy in the chat. When you send a message, how many of you are happy and not happy? Looks like most of the people are not happy, right? Let me teach you a hack right now to increase the chances of your replies right now. Okay. So I have a question for all of you people before I show you the hack. What do you think is the most important aspect for your emails to get opened? If you want to increase the open rate of your emails, what is the most important aspect? Can anyone tell me in the chat? Subject line. Perfect. So if you have a great subject line, the chance of email getting opened is very high. But I wish I could add a subject line on LinkedIn message. Is there a subject line option to add on LinkedIn messages? I'm not talking about LinkedIn InMail. I'm talking about free messages. Is there a way? There is not. There is not. But there's a way to hack around this. There is a way to hack around this, and that's what I'm going to teach you right now. There is no subject line that you can add on LinkedIn, but there's a smart way of doing it. And that is by focusing on excerpt. What do I mean by that? The reason why emails subject lines is very critical is because before someone opens the email, they can only read the subject. In the same way, on LinkedIn, though there is no subject line, people can read the first 5 words of the message when you send a message, and they cannot read the rest of them. To read the rest of them, someone has to click on it or open the message. So we convert the first 5 words of the LinkedIn message that we send into a subject line. Most of us, when we send a message, we say, most of the messages that I get is, hi Vaibhav, how are you? Hi Vaibhav, how's it going? Hi Vaibhav, my name is XYZ. This is how people said. The 5 words are always wasted. Instead, if I change the first 5 words to something like, let's say somebody is trying to, let's say I want to invite someone for a podcast. The first 5 words that I'll put is invitation to podcast in the bracket, and then I'll open bracket. I will put 50,000 listeners. Invitation to podcast, 50,000 listeners. Now, if I read this, if someone reads this on the LinkedIn message, they will definitely tap on the message, right? Instead of hi XYZ, how are you? My name is Vaibhav. So optimize the first 5 words, which is also called as the excerpt, to tell what you're trying to accomplish of the message. If you do that, people will understand why you're sending them a message. As a result, they'll open your messages more often and they will read your message, eventually increasing the chances of them replying to your messages. Guys, I've done this hack at scale, and I've seen up to 5x more replies on my messages than I used to get before. By the way, before I started Growth School, I also used to do a lot of consulting. In the consulting, I used to teach people on how to generate leads on LinkedIn and made like thousands of dollars from that, but using automation and all of that. But during that, I used to make all these hacks and optimizations. It's very simple. Nobody actually notices this. This is something called as a growth hacking mindset. The first 5 words, optimize it and treat it like an email subject line. You will see the magic of open rates on the go. Do you guys think this simple hack is insane? Drop a comment insane in the chat. Everybody sees it, but most of the people don't notice it. Right? That is how I want all of you guys to think as well. Now, I told you that to make advanced searches, you have to use a paid tool called as Sales Navigator. How many of you guys want to make advanced searches on LinkedIn without actually paying for Sales Navigator for free? Sales Navigator, by the way, is 8,000 rupees. FYI. So many of you people, right? Let me teach you how to do it for free. Okay. Now, there is a there's a reason why we can't use our LinkedIn search, because first, we can't exclude people. What do I mean by that? Let me show you an example. Actually, that'll be even better. So I got logged out again. Right. Let's say I search for people who are marketing folks, let's say in a city like Bombay. Okay. Let's look at this example. I'll tell you why excluding people is important. People, location, I will change this to Mumbai. There you go. It says there are 4.3 lakh people in Bombay. Do you think this is accurate? Do you think there could be 4.3 lakh marketers in Mumbai? Yes or no? 4.3 lakhs. I think that's way, way, way high. You know what? When someone is searching for marketing as a keyword, they're actually not 4.3 lakh people, but they're probably product guys, or they're probably salespeople who are calling themselves marketers. There is no way there is 4.3 lakh marketers in Bombay, right? So how do we make sure I only find marketing managers here? The way I do it is by excluding people. The way I do it is by excluding people. And what is that? I use a very, very cool tool. Of course, if you have Sales Navigator, you can do that as well. I use a very cool tool, which is called as the LinkedIn Boolean search tool, right? And this is how it looks. I'm going to share the link of this as well with you. And this is how it works. Let's say in the same example, I'm looking for people who are marketers. I'm going to search for the keyword marketing. And I told you in this, I am assuming there are a lot of salespeople. That's why it says 4,30,000 people, right? So I'm going to select the keyword sales here. I don't want people who are in sales. I don't want people who are in software. So you can see job titles to include, I said marketing. Job titles to exclude, sales and software. I can also select company names I want to include, company names I want to exclude. Let's say I don't want people from TCS and Wipro. I can select those options as well. And also, I can also include keywords that I want to include and exclude. After I select everything, there's a string that is generated here. You can see this. I can simply copy this, go to LinkedIn, and paste it. Click on search button. Look at that. From some 4 lakh people, it came down to 400 results, which became really, really on point and sharp. If you guys think this is insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. Guys, I will share the link of this tool. It's a free tool towards the end. So don't worry about it whatsoever. Okay. So how does this work in the backend? This works based on something called as Booleans. There is something called as Boolean search. I don't know if you're a computer science student, then you probably have heard of Boolean search, right? Where you have and, NAND, not, NOR, XOR, XOR, and everything around it, right? That's what it is. And the way it works, I'll tell you, right? The string that got generated here, if you could see, is like a Boolean string, right? You don't have to worry on how it works. You can simply use this free tool, insert what you want, and copy this and just paste it on the search, and you get like very smart results right out of the bat, right? I just saved you 8,000 rupees. I hope you guys are happy about it. Awesome. Next, the password digit of password digit number 5 is 6. Password digit number 5 is 6. I hope you guys have made a note. Moving on. You know what? On LinkedIn, you cannot make unlimited profile searches. How many of you have faced this? You're trying to search for people inside of LinkedIn here, right? After you do a few searches, LinkedIn will be like, oh, you're out of searches now, upgrade to premium. How many of you have faced this? Drop a me in the chat. If you face this problem, drop a me in the chat. Looks like a lot of you people have faced this. For this, you have to upgrade to LinkedIn Premium, which will cost you about 4,000 rupees. How many of you want to get this done for free? Folks, for people who are sharing links in the chat, this is the last warning. We will have to kick you out if you continue to share links in the chat. Looks like a lot of people want to learn this. Let's go in, okay? The way we do it is using Google search. Yes, we find people using Google search. What do I mean by that? Let's say if I go to Google, right? I search for Kunal Shah, LinkedIn. Obviously, I'll be able to find the profile of Kunal Shah right here, right? But there's a problem. I want to find people at scale. I want to find people for keywords like marketing. But I know one thing for a fact, that Google basically has all the data of LinkedIn. So I can leverage the power of Google search to search inside of LinkedIn. Do I make sense? We're going to use the power of Google search to search inside of LinkedIn so that we don't use LinkedIn search at all. As a result, you don't have to pay for it. And the way we do it is not manually, but using a tool called as LinkedIn X-ray tool. Now, what this tool does is I can say, I want people who are marketers, and I will say who are in Mumbai. Guys, by the way, this is a free tool. Don't worry about it. Once I do this, if I click on the search button, it uses the power of Google search to give me results. You can see they're all profiles of LinkedIn folks who are marketers and in Bombay has started to show up on this platform right away. I can open any of these profiles and find the marketers right here and there. So we are basically evading. We are not even going to LinkedIn to actually search for people on LinkedIn. Instead, we are directly jumping onto a different tool, making search here to connect with people on LinkedIn. As a result, LinkedIn cannot cap you and it will not ask you to actually upgrade into LinkedIn Premium. Don't you guys think this is insane? And we're doing it all for free. Drop a comment insane in the chat if you think this was all for free, and it's called as LinkedIn X-ray tool. Now, here's the magic. You remember the Boolean string that we generated here? I can simply copy this, go onto X-ray tool and paste it. And in most of the cases, I will get answers as well. There you go. I found answers right here. So I don't only have to type out again here, just like this. I can go and create a advanced search, which is the Boolean search. And once I do that, I can go into the X-ray tool to search for it. And no, LinkedIn doesn't care how many people you're directly landing. It only cares how many searches you're making inside of LinkedIn search. As a result, I've showed you ways to save money on LinkedIn search or LinkedIn Premium and also Sales Navigator. Guys, from a scale of 10, how are you enjoying this workshop so far? From a scale of 1 to 10, how is this workshop going on so far? For people who are like, Vaibhav, I know a few things, don't worry. Like I said, the best of the things are coming towards the end. We have not even got started with the madness. Of course, I can't make everybody happy, but I try to do my best. Superb. Loving the energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, folks. Moving on, moving on. Here is the magic, okay? What if I told you you can learn everything about anyone on LinkedIn before even reaching out? Let's say you have an interview and you don't know how that person is, and you want to know how you can talk to this person, what he likes or she likes, what he or she doesn't like, and everything around it. I'll show you a AI tool which will scare you to a point saying that how the hell does this even exist? Is this even legal? Which is, it is completely legal. And where do I even have any kind of privacy anymore? Right? I'm going to make you question all of this with the next hack that I'm going to share just in a while. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to know anything and everything about someone so much that even the person won't know so much about himself or herself? And that is what I'm going to show you right now. If you like what you see, I expect thousands of booms to come my way once I show you that. And the name of the tool that we'll be using is called as Crystal Knows, right? Again, it's a free tool with us with some options. And if you want more settings, you have to pay for it. But it gives you up to 10 profile searches for free. It's a Chrome extension that I've already installed. Once you sign up for this tool for free, you can install the Chrome extension. And once you do that, right? Open LinkedIn. For some weird reason, I'm getting logged out from LinkedIn. But anyways, there you go. Let's say I want to know anything about anyone here. Who do you want to know everything about? Give me a name. Give me a name. Who do you want to know everything about? Just give me a name. Quickly, folks. Okay, I saw the first name as Kunal Shah, so let's go for it. And then I will go more into it. Okay. Let's quickly go into Kunal Shah. In fact, drop in names. I will probably pick one more name as well after this. Drop in the names that you want. I open Kunal Shah. Don't drop your name. Okay. Once I open the profile, because I've installed this Chrome extension, I see a new option. Can you see this button called as View Personality? Can you see this option called as View Personality? The person has to be on LinkedIn. A lot of people are saying Vaibhav. Okay, I'll show you that as well. So if you can see this button, View Personality, once I install the Chrome extension, the magic comes here. Okay, when I tap on this tool will go through the whole profile, and based on AI, it'll give you information that even the person won't know about himself or herself, like I said, right? What is it? If Kunal Shah is a driver who is ambitious, confident, and determined, he drives things. Right? And when you want to communicate with Kunal Shah, use result-focused, fast-paced, risk-tolerant approach. What are the things that you should do with Kunal Shah? Speak with high energy and answer questions directly. Use an energetic and assertive tone. What you should not do with Kunal Shah, don't give in-depth product descriptions without explaining the bottom line. So don't beat around the bush, and don't be overly friendly. You should not be like overly friendly saying, oh bro, what's up? No, not with Kunal Shah for sure. Now, more things. What is the behavior of Kunal Shah? Working with sense of urgency. He always works with a sense of urgency. He's always completing projects more quickly than others. He loves prioritizing personal career advancement over job security. So he takes a lot of bets. When you're writing an email to Kunal Shah, use direct but friendly introduction. Keep the message focused. Use abbreviations and shortener. How to drive Kunal to take an action. What energizes Kunal Shah? What drains Kunal Shah? When you're speaking to Kunal Shah, let him take the lead. Share compelling story. Avoid being directly and reserved, and so on and on and on. And not just that. If you click on this email templates button, right? If you want to send an email to Kunal Shah, it literally has templates. Right? Let's say you want to schedule a meeting. If you tap on this, based on how Kunal Shah is and how he is as a person, it has generated a personalized email for you, which you can make some changes and send him an email. This is based on what he personally would like. Don't you guys think this is insane? Drop a comment insane in the chat. You can know anything and everything about this person. You can see there is so much more that you can find about this person. And you can literally do this for anyone. The person doesn't have to be very famous, right? You can literally randomly pick up anybody. Let's say I randomly pick up a person. Let's say I pick up Nishant here, and it will do the same for it as well. The person doesn't have to be popular. And the way it does is actually magical. You can see you got it for Nishant. here. Guys, I will share the links of all these tools with you guys. So don't worry. Let me tell you how this tool works in the back end. It reads everything that you have written on your LinkedIn. It looks at what kind of, how do you comment? What kind of content do you write? How have you updated your profile and everything around it? And based on all these learnings, it makes changes and gives you insights using AI. And by the way, this is 95% accurate. I didn't believe it till I saw my own profile. Quite frankly, I could not believe it till I saw my own profile, right? And then I was like, hell yeah, look at this. Vaibhav Sisinity, initiator, dynamic, spontaneous, visionary. Focus on high-level summaries rather than deep diving. Absolutely, I don't like people going into deep dives. Next, speak with high energy and answer questions directly. You can see my energy. I hope you can feel it, right? When I read all of these things about me, I was like, boss, how does this tool know so much about me? It's crazy. And that is the power of this tool. And how can you use this tool? Well, let's say you have a job. You can look up to the recruiter, and based on that, you can change and talk to that person. Let's say you're talking to a client. You can look up to that person. Hell, let's say you are going on a Tinder or a Bumble date. You can know more about that person than the person knows about, and you can impress that person on the go. That is the power of AI, my friends. And just insane, right? Just insane what this is capable of. So that's what I want to talk. Did you guys think this was insane? Drop a chat, insane, in the chat. I'm going to share the links of all the tools, guys, towards the end. I'm not going to share anything right now. Ooh. Guys, do you feel my energy? I've been shouting my guts out so that you guys are pumped and are learning. Do you feel my energy? Are you guys having a good time? Awesome, 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 awesome. So that is crystal nose, like I told you. Guys, here's the thing, right? A lot of you people must be wondering, this is crazy how much this can happen. But you know what? You can 100x everything that you do. Imagine you can connect with people on LinkedIn using LinkedIn search, using automation. That is, you say, I want to connect with founders in San Francisco who are running internet companies, and automatically AI and automation will connect with people. Write an automatic custom note, send a connection invite, and doesn't even stop there. After it sends a connection invite, once someone accepts the connection invite, it will also can do a follow-up message and everything like that. I showed you the OPN, right? You can go onto anybody's profile and steal all the people who liked and commented. For example, you can steal all these people and connect with them. What if I told you you can automate all of this as well, right? Automate connecting with people, automate visiting the profiles, liking their content, and everything around it. And all of this can be done. Of course, it will take you a lot of time. It's very, very advanced. This is something that I talk in the mastery program, which you're going to talk about it towards the end. But the reason why I'm trying to tell you is all of this is possible with growth hacking, right? So LinkedIn can be leveraged to the fullest. And before we move on, right, I want to quickly have a check here. How many of you, we have thousands of people here. How many of you would like to network with each other? I truly believe network is your net worth. You can connect with a lot of people and build relationships, build connections, get jobs. It has all happened. How many of you would want to connect? Looks like everybody wants to connect, right? So here is what we will do. Here is what we will do. Okay. So I have made a focus. For you to connect with people, I have actually created a dedicated LinkedIn post for this cohort that we have started, right? All you have to do is you can go on to this LinkedIn post, which my team will quickly share in the chat right now. In the comment section, I want you guys to introduce yourself. Go on to that comment section and introduce yourself, right? This way, you can also kind of mention what kind of people you're trying to connect and what you're trying to accomplish from LinkedIn. This way, you will find other relevant people as well. And you can, whoever descriptions you find interesting, you can connect with them, reply them there and everything around it. It's a great way to connect with people. Go ahead and comment there, because I'm tired. I've been shouting my guts out for such a long time. I'm slightly tired. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break right now, right? And once we come back, we will be continuing with how to create content, images, written content, videos, everything around it using AI. I've been creating a lot of content using AI and it works brilliantly well. And once we come back, we're going to do that. So don't run away anywhere, right? But meanwhile, as you are on the break, go ahead, drop a comment, engage with people, and we will get back very soon. Let me just play some music for this during this break. Give me a second.
You must start from the capital where you arrive at its airport, Malé, which is the most crowded island in the world in terms of area. This is one of the most crowded islands in the world. The capital became...
All right.
Coke Studio Season 9.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to pull in some music for you guys, but use this 5 minutes to connect with people, as many people as you can.